Okay, we are live, and hello, mortals. I'm the Booktube Goddess, the #1 drag queen booktuber on YouTube, and this is a Get Ready With Me where I put on makeup to get ready to shoot videos, and we already have Lori Romer. Hey, Lori, and we have Lynette. Hey, Lynette. Okay, please chime in if you are in the chat room. Say hello. And we have blue black and we have cappuccino. Yay, the gang is all here. Okay, I put on my base and I'm all powdered, and I guess I have to put on makeup. So hope everyone is doing well. I had sort of a interesting incident happen where I'm on a 2-story building or house, and the upstairs master shower sprung a leak and leaked into the downstairs closet where I film and got all my drag dresses wet. And so that was fun. What was interesting was that when they opened up the wall to find the leak, there were 2 copper pipes that weren't even welded together. They were just sort of holding there, kind of hoping that the water would shoot up into the shower. So, yeah. Let's do a look. I think we're going to do blue today. Haven't done blue in a while. I do like the purples and the oranges. Oops. I wonder if I should put on some of this face paint to hope the house in your drag is okay. Well, yeah, everything's okay. I'm renting, so it wasn't like I had to pay for the fixing. But it was still an event. Okay, I'm just going to put some blue. I guess I could use a brush, but where's the fun in that? And it's fit to be read. Oh, since Fit is here, just to talk about fitness, I am running or jogging, trying to jog to stay in some sort of shape, but my hip has really been bothering me. And I guess it's one of the things of getting old. So I don't think I can jog anymore. So I'm thinking I want to join a gym. I've been meaning to for a while. But I think for low impact on hips, I think you have to use the elliptical machine that sort of does this rather than pounding up and down. So hopefully that will solve the issue. God, I hate getting old. Oh, did I miss someone? Who's Britta? Oh, blue black is Britta. Is that right? Germany, yikes. Okay, I may hit you up offline. I mean, the obvious thing is to do swimming laps. And I don't have a pool, so I'd have to join a gym with a pool. Blue. So let's go. Oh, this blue. Trying to find a good blue. Yeah, I was thinking about walking. Maybe I should just, I'm getting to the point where I should just walk. Oh, there's Britta. Hey, Britta. I was wondering, who's Britta? Glad you joined us. Oh, really? Okay, well, I will check out your channel. Maybe a Stairmaster, shorter range of motion as long as you keep your feet on the pedals, no ground reactive force impact. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm doing blue. Why don't I do a dark blue on the outside and then light blue on the inside? Okie dokie. Stamping on the blue. So I hope everyone's reading is going okay. Mine is not. Like I think I said last week, I just have been in a reading slump, and I guess it just happens to the best of us. But of course, I have just moved, so could just be I need to just let the emotions kind of work their way through. Because moving is strenuous. Oh, the other thing about, I live in Las Vegas now. And the other thing is the temperatures have been like 100 degrees and more, like 108, 110. So if you want to do anything outdoors, you really have to get up early, or else you will just cook yourself. Well, this is a lot of blue. Oh, so I haven't been doing much reading, but I did start, because since I am exercising, that's why I started this, is I like to listen to audiobooks when I work out. So this is so uneven. Oh well. I decided I'll just do a middle grade book as an audiobook. So I started Tristan Strong, which is one of those Rick Riordan Presents books, which is sort of an imprint. And the author is, I forgot the name of the author, Mawabi something. Anyway, it's a Black American author about a Black American 7th grader who discovers that he has sort of this power given to him by Anansi, which is the African god of storytelling. And he goes to, it is a portal fantasy, because he goes to another dimension where gods exist. And the gods are like American folklore, Black American folklore gods, like Brer Rabbit and Brer Fox and Oh, who's the guy that lays down railroads? Anyway, it's all pretty interesting. Let me catch up on the chat. P.S. I have an artificial hip, so I know. Oh, wow. Yeah, I've been wondering about that. It's like, oh, maybe I need a hip replacement. But it's only when I'm stressing the legs that something happens. Oh, Britt is a writer, author tuber. I will check that out. The author tubers that I watch regularly are Alexa Dunn and Michelle Schusterman. And I really like Michelle Schusterman stuff. I'm going to have to check Britta out. Takes a lot to settle. Yeah. Once I settle in. Britta does write. Yes. You write mysteries. Ooh. Well, we have to tell Say Kevi that. Say Kevi is the other drag queen booktuber who is really into mysteries. Moving is one of, yeah. It's up there with like a family member dying. I like read that online. It's like, wow. Britta Bolt. I love that name, Britta Bolt. You know when you're going to Arrakis, beware of sandworms while jogging. Yes. The God of Nancy's. Yes, in American Gods. Let's not talk about age. I think I have giving you a run for your money, Lori. Okay, I went way up too high on this blue. So this light blue. Okay, anyway. Going back to Tristan Strong, it's a middle grade book. And it's kind of interesting because I remember hearing the, who's the author who did the Uncle Remus books? And he was a white author during the time of the turn of last century, where allegedly he had a good ear for dialect, and like an anthropologist researched some of these old folklore stories about Brer Rabbit and that cast of characters. If you've seen Song of the South by Disney, that's where that's from. But of course, nowadays, some people believe it's a little problematic because he didn't really compensate the people he took the stories from. And it's, of course, through his filter. Because it's almost like he was investigating an alien culture. These folk tales from these Black people that were, grew from slavery. But on the other hand, it was only passed down by word of mouth, these stories, and there weren't really any that I'm aware of Black writers at the time putting the stories down themselves. So anyway, it's really fascinating that Tristan Strong, these books, are taking these old tales and giving them a new life. And there are a lot of, I guess, allegories about the Black American experience, such as when he goes to this other land, he falls into this ocean, and there are these big skeletal ships, and there are these snake manacles that come around to grab people, which of course, at least as adult readers, I'm sure young readers too can figure out the allegory. But other than that, I haven't been reading much. trying to catch up. I'm 61, so 61 years young. Well, your profile picture does not look like you show your age. I am in my 60s. Well, you know what? I don't. It's not the number of getting old. It's just the physical deterioration that comes with getting old. And I know a lot of that's genetics, and but you can alleviate some of that with diet and exercise and all that. But other than fit, who of us are really good at diet and exercise? Other than Britta, Joel Chandler. Joel Chandler Harris. Okay, is that who did the Uncle Remus stories? Anyway, I did these eyes really fast. I don't think I want to do too much more because I don't really want to mess it up. Let's cut the crease. No, let's put on some black. Because I always forget to do that. Where's that paintbrush I like using? Oh, here it is. My old bent paintbrush. Okay, and some black. So let me know what you guys are reading. Osteoarthritis, yipes. I was about to go list my ailments, but I don't think I want to. But, you know, gravity happens. Virginia Hamilton is an African-American historian and author who has written and collected old folk tales from that time, and The People Could Fly is an excellent collection by her. That's great to know, Cappuccino. Thanks. We'll have to check that out. Yeah, definitely sounds worth checking out. Oh, thank you, Britta. You're kind of at the crazy stage of drag makeup. So okay, let's cut the crease. Oh, I'm doing one of my TikToks today, and a book I found. Remember last week I said I have all these boxes of books, so I'm doing what's in my box video. I haven't posted any yet, but I found my copy of Wicked by Gregor McGuire, and I really like the inset. He hasn't written anything recently, has he? He's such a good author. I think I've only stuck with his Wicked series, so. Or did I read? I'm trying to think if I read The Ugly Stepsister, which is a Cinderella retelling from the stepsister's perspective, I believe. Did I read that? I remember picking it up and looking at it a lot. I finished 3 books this week. You're putting me to shame. And the first was Frankenstein. Oh, who was it? I think it was Connor Stampinato. Just recently read a bunch of H.G. Wells. And one of his top favorites, and one of mine too, is The Island of Dr. Moreau, which kind of reminds me, as I was thinking about it, as sort of his version of Frankenstein. Concurrently reading, I love Stranger. I have such fond memories of Stranger in a Strange Land, but I know some people think it's problematic in this decade, and I haven't reread it in a long time, so I'm kind of afraid to, because I don't want to ruin my memories. But Fire Upon the Deep, Werner Vinge, is a fantastic science fiction book. I'm in the last 10 pages of Loch Lamore, and I'm dying to read the end. I enjoyed the rest of the series. I can't believe if I'm 10 pages away from the end, it's hard for me not to finish it. But those Scott Lynch books, I guess I've read the first 3, and I think there's supposed to be another book out. But there's something about first books that really appeal to me, because you're first introduced to the characters and the setting and the magic systems or whatever. So I think Lies Loch Lamore is my favorite, but I greatly enjoyed the sequels as well. I think it was NF, Nonfiction, A Zoologist's Guide to the Galaxy, which looks at how life elsewhere in the universe might develop. Interesting. Of course, you get a lot of that reading science fiction, especially like Werner Vinge's, his imagination about how life might develop in other planets. But another good one is David Brin, who did the Uplift Wars. You guys, you're making me want to reread Frankenstein. Uh-oh. Okay. I won't reread Stranger Strangeland because I loved it so. Yes! Lynette, I'm with you. Although I've been tempted to pick up, there is a version, I think it was out in the 90s, that was put out by his estate, which is the original version of Stranger of Strange Land that he submitted to the editor before the editor had him cut out or cut down the novel. So I'm kind of curious about that too. One cut crease. Who's that booktuber? He just recently started, and I don't think he posts that much. I think he's been to one of these live streams. Nicholas, I don't burn books or something like that. It's his YouTube channel. But he's rereading a lot of the classic science fictions, one of which, I think he did some for my recommendations, but one of which was Stranger in a Strange Land, and he didn't, he had some things to say. Hey, Bent Overlord, you finally made it. Thank you. I already know the story of Emma for movie adaptations, but I never have read any Pearl S. Buck before. Oh, what did she write? Oh, that name. Rereading Persuasion. My favorite, of course I'm gay, so this might be why, but my favorite rendition of Emma is Clueless with Alicia Silverstone. such a fun movie. Of course, Pride and Prejudice, the only one is the that PBS version with Colin Firth. Okay, let me try to set this with something light. Do I want to do a different color? Should I try a purple? Okay, this is a really light purple. I'm going to try to set my crease with this purple. Might not be able to see it because it's super light. Yeah, you're not seeing this. Okay, that might have been a mistake. Let's try a fluffier brush. Okay, let me try a dark purple at the edge. And then let me try to blend it. Where's that fluffy bar? Oh, I just... Okay, hold on. Watching a drag queen put on makeup is so fascinating. Saying with irony. Okay. And, oops, oh, this is going to fall. Okay. Oh, okay. Pearl S. Buck did the Good Earth. On Blue Black. Colin Firth getting out of the pond. Yes. Start on Food of the Gods. And after that, I reread The Shrinking Man. I don't think I've read The Shrinking Man. As if Colin Firth is my Dorothy. I agree. Cathedral for the third time. I don't know that one. It's been a long time since I've read Jane Austen, to be honest. I didn't read Austen when I was young, just watched adaptations as a result. And I am a latecomer to Austenland. Yeah, I saw Austenland too. Let's on the black. Okie dokie. Sorry, I'm not talking. This. Okay. Just outlining the black so I can move on to the gel liner. This. Oh, the Bronte sisters. Tragic Lives. Yeah, there's 3 of them, right? Read Emma for Jane Austen and was thinking of doing another one, Persuasion or Sense. I've never read Persuasion. I've read Sense and Sensibility. My favorite fantasy is Robin Hobb. And then, that's very eclectic. Royal Assassin, Mansfield Park, and then Memory Called Empire. Then The Overlord. Read all the Bronte sister books. I am late to them too. I watched a documentary about Jane Austen. Her life was rather sad too. I have a lovely edition of Jane Eyre on my bookshelf to start with. Let me try to clean this brush. Every time I think about doing classics, I'm always drawn back into science fiction or fantasy. There's just so many books out. And as per usual, I don't like wearing mascara, so I'm just coating my lashes in this black. Basically, I just don't want you to see my dusty eyelashes. Well, I don't know if you saw my last video I posted, but it was doing a reaction to books like Whoa or Wow. There's an interesting booktuber. Because if you want to talk about eclectic reading, And I think that's probably why I don't really watch her. Like the videos I like watching of hers is the collaboration videos where she has like these panel speakers. But her her other videos when she actually talks about books are it's so eclectic that I'm not interested in a lot of the books that she reads unless they're, you know, science fiction or fantasy, which is fine. Okay, let's try to find a brush to set the black light. But if you are an eclectic reader, definitely check her out. That's fine. Okay, I'm missing a lot of discussion here. Patrick Bronte, was he also an author? I don't know. So great going back through classics. It really, yeah, I'm always impressed when someone does that. Right, so, oh, you did. Oh, let me know how you like it, Britta. I really enjoyed it. And like I said in my review, Memory Called Empire is not a fast-paced book, but it's more about it's more of a mystery. And the funny, well, I won't spoil it. And it's also about sort of the character development and the inner workings of the main character. And if you like character books, the other book I recently read by Sarah Pinsker, We Are Satellites, that is totally not the book I was expecting. I was expecting more of a true dystopian type thing about people that have brain implants to make them think or make them be able to multitask. But that was really a story about a lesbian couple raising two children more than and their family dynamics than it was the science fiction aspect, I think. Nearly finished Fool's Fate. Would it be okay for me to go straight to Fits in the Fool, or should I read the in between? I think that's totally up to you. But if you don't want to read the entire Elderling saga, that's what I would recommend. Is just stick with those three trilogies that focus in on Fits in the Fool. And the last trilogy, what is it, Assassin's Fate, makes references to some of the other trilogies in that world, but you don't really have to have read it. But that said, they're good books. I really, especially the Mad Ships, the Mad Ship trilogy is one of my favorites. And my least favorite is probably the Rain Wild. But the can't talk. The Rain Wild series definitely has probably the most world building, where you get to know the world more. But if you're just interested in the relationship of Fits in the Fool, you definitely don't have to read those other books. But I recommend them all. And what's really neat to read about the Elderling series, if you pick up all the books, is the author herself, Robin Hobb. She aged, along with the books, over a 25-year period, longer than that, 30-year period. So you definitely get a sense of her priorities and her growth as a human being as the series progresses. Same thing with Ursula K. Le Guin's Earthsea trilogy because there's such a huge jump in time from The Wizard of Earthsea to The Farthest Wind, or whatever the last book was, Jehanu, and there's definitely a tone difference between them. Okay. I skipped Satellites. Is it worth reading? Well, like I said, I think it's worth reading, but you need to be in a mood where you're just looking for a story about family dynamics and not a very fast-paced story, and the science fiction part of it isn't that deep, although there is an allegory of getting the next big thing in terms of technology and technology untested. Mira, books like Woe convinced me to try romance novels, and I like some of them, definitely not all. Not as much as she does, but I was really snobby about them before. Yeah, I've never been snobby about romance books. It's just I've never read one I liked. I mean, I've picked them up like during vacation. I've like ran out of reading, and in this place in Puerto Vallarta, picked up a Danielle Steele and did not enjoy it that much. And I've tried several romances since then. Could be I've just have been picking up the wrong. I've been picking up the wrong thing, but Ben the Overlord, excited to get to Mad Ship. So far, Roll Assassin is the coziest yet heartbreaking at times fantasy I've read. Wait till you get to the the very last book of the series. I was bawling. But Mad Ships is one of my favorites. Britta, favorite sci-fi off the top of your head? I like the way Mira analyzes the genres she reads. Good to know. She's very good in nonfiction book presentations too. Yeah, I don't read nonfiction very often. Britta, The Sparrow, Left Hand of Darkness, and The Ship Who Sang. That's Anne McCaffrey. Wow, going back. I don't know The Sparrow. I started Mad Ships via Scribd, but a quarter of the way through into the book, the audio played up. I definitely like Mad Ships. What is Cap currently reading? He likes the nonfiction she reads, encourages me to read more nonfiction. Is it iffy on? I haven't read it. Yeah. Okay, so where are we on this makeup? Let's dust off this fake. Once again, I was telling myself I'm going to tone down my cheek contours, and they just went crazy once again. I pulled out a purple wig to wear with this, but I don't think it's going to go with, well, maybe it will. Okay. I was wondering, I'm going to try something different today. I'm going to try a lot of black under the eye. I always do the white under the eye. Okay, this may this may end up being a big mistake. We'll see. Okay, well, let's just go for it. Okay, that's all black. Let me try to take the white down a little bit, sort of outside the black. Yeah, that's not going to work. Maybe I'll just leave. I can't tell if I like it. Okay, let's just stick on some blue and see what happens. I'm working on the summer t-shirt. It's going very well. Oh, yes, I forget you're the crafter among us. 18 nonfiction books this year, mainly science and history. Well done. You and Mira are lighting a fire under me to get to that nonfiction. I went through a stage when I was 15 to 17 when I was almost exclusive nonfiction and then started reading science fiction. Once I had an income at 17 and started buying books secondhand, my sci-fi reading took off. Like the biography of Rosemary Kennedy. Oh, let's close this off. Not a freak out though, although I freaked out that it was over an hour long. Yeesh. Was there ever a biography written about the Kennedy or the Bouvier from Grey Gardens? And if you don't know, Grey Gardens is about one of the Bouviers. I think it's Jacqueline Kennedy's cousin. This woman and her daughter fell on hard times and probably had some mental health issues, but they just stayed in this mansion that went completely to ruin around them. And they had no money. And when these documentary people found them and they did a documentary, the family was so embarrassed they decided to help them out a little bit so they weren't eventually thrown out of their house, because I think the Grey Gardens estate was condemned because it's no longer livable. But the documentary is fascinating, and I bet if there is a book about their life, that would be fascinating too. Okay, so that's the dark blue. Let's try the light blue. I'm not sure about a bio of the Grey Gardens women. Well, the documentaries are probably good enough to find out all there is to know. And I think it was made into a miniseries with Drew Barrymore and Jessica. Oh, what's her name? The woman that does American Horror, Jessica Lange. Genghis Khan's pretty interesting, dude. Okay, Blue Black saw both the documentary and the HBO movie. Am I the only one that was completely bummed when we didn't have our regular Saturday booktube? Oh, were you? I was a little bit worried that no one would return. Yeah, I missed it too. I am so happy to hear that. Because one of my fears was that no one would return once I stopped doing it for the move. But I'm so glad you guys have come back. And it gets me motivated to do this too, because sometimes doing this all on your own is lonely. Ooh, that blue went down too far. Okay, can I brush this off? There. That is a lot of black. Okay, I'm going to put a little white on because I'm just me. There, that should open the eyes up a little bit. Of course, I messed up. Oh, what did I do with the black liner? Yes, this is what you've been waiting for, watching me freak out when I can't find. What did I do? I just used it. Oh, here it is. Okay, I think I'm going to stop there. And let's reapply some blush because I brushed it all off. Oh, this cheek contour. Why do I always do that? I always go crazy with cheek contour. Can I tone it down? Let me try to tone it down. Oh, well. Okay. I think little Evie, the Greg Garden's daughter, was a model. Yeah, she was this great beauty. And she had that type of alopecia where you lose all the hair in your body. And so she wore these crazy scarves on her head at the time of the Grey Gardens movie. Biography of Chitchat Clark. Don't know this. The heiress of something street. Interesting. The other heiress who is fascinating is Dora Duke. What's her name? But she had this weird relationship with her butler, Doris Duke. Yeah, money drives you crazy. Here's the question. Can money buy you happiness? And the question and the answer is yes. There are some studies done about, because let's face it, if you don't have money, you have to worry about your rent. You have to, what is it, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You have to worry about food. If you have children, you have to, it's a whole other deal. So there's a lot of stress put on you if you don't have a lot of money, despite the sort of idyllic Hollywood stories about happy poor people. But the studies showed that there is actually an amount of money where you're happy, and this of course depends on what the cost of living is of wherever you are. And I think it was $100,000 a year. So if you make $100,000 a year, you don't have any of the money stresses that the average person has. But, and then as the studies went forward, there's a certain threshold where if you make too much money, that you start being unhappy again. Maybe it's like 140,000 or more, where you're always worrying about, I guess, your investments or whatever rich people worry about. So your stress actually goes up. So the perfect thing on the happiness meter is like $100,000. So I always thought that was funny, is yes, money can buy happiness, but not too much money. Okay. Let's catch up. Yes, it was Jinx Monsoon, one of my favorite drag queens. I saw her live in the Castro. She has an incredible live voice. Not a lip syncer, an actual live singer. I'm kind of jumping around here. Recommend Manchester Finest. It's about the air rash that killed many members of the football soccer team. Never heard of that. Yikes. Oh, thank you, Lexi Underlight. Thank you, Lori. Mysterious Life of Chitchat Clark. I'm going to have to look that up. Oh, thank you. I haven't put the lashes on yet, so. There are 2 books about Chitchat. Doris Duke, yeah. Yeah, she had an interesting life. 5 victims. Ooh, I don't know about that. One of my friends does a great little Edie one-man show in drag. Oh, I bet that's great. Good one. I think, yes, it was Jinx. Jinx was spot on. I was poor for much of my adult life, then I received my inheritance, about 100K, and it made life so much easier. There you go. I saw Jinx in Edinburgh, and she was amazing live. Great performer. Oh, lips. Let's do the lips first. That bullet lipstick I wore last week, or put on last week, I didn't like it. And if you noticed in my videos that I did wearing that makeup, is I just put purple glitter on my lips because maybe I just don't like bullet lipsticks. Because, stupid me, I got, since they were on sale, and you know me in a sale, I got a couple of them. And I got this one, which is called Kimchi Doll. And it's one of those nude lips. And I've never really done nude lips more or much. So let me Supreme. Oh, pink. Well, this. You know, I could try this pink liquid lipstick and then maybe try this kimchi as a topper. Oh, here, hold on. I have another bullet lipstick. Cherry Candid. Oh, this is sort of the dark red. No, okay, let's try the pink with the kimchi topper. But first, I need to line my lips. This. I'm using my flash palette to line it. Speaking of Drag Race, I really like the tutorials of Lawrence Chaney, the Scottish queen that won RuPaul's Drag Race UK. Okay, I'm going to try to make it so I don't do that severe bow. Anyway, Lawrence Chaney's makeup tutorials, he uses his flash palette a lot. Now maybe I want the bow. Okay. Okay. So let's try this liquid lipstick. Do you live in Edinburgh? I'm probably pronouncing this wrong. It's Edinburgh? Edinburgh? Yeah, money can help. Hey, Shan! I got us all buy your old shoe slippers and old socks and we'll gift you new. Well, being that I don't come on YouTube in shoes or slippers, but sure. In Glasgow. The Catalpa Rescue is an interesting book. Irish rebels are transported to a penal colony in Australia. An American whaling captain sails to Australia and rescues them. Is that a nonfiction? Doesn't sound like a nonfiction. Is this a gloss? What am I putting on? Oh, my eyes. I think I screwed up. I think this is a lip gloss. Okay, hold on. Oh, man. I think I ran out of that purple lipstick. Okay. New plan. I'm gonna put on red. And then when this dries, I'll try to put on that kimchi. Okay, until then, let's put on some eyelashes. This is when the drag look comes to life. Well, that and the wig. I pulled out some lashes. These lashes. These lashes. Oh, these are my huge. These are like huge, I don't know, triple stack lashes. Okay, now I ordered new of my Bond glue, but I couldn't find it. I thought it arrived. I can't find it. So let's see if I can squeeze out just a little more. Okay, now these lashes are huge. How ridiculous does this look? Okay, see if we can do this again. I may be in trouble getting glue out for these eyelashes. These are pretty crazy. Okay, let's hope for the best. Oops. Nope. I think I got this eyebrow or eyelash tutorial from Trixie Mattel. So these are really crazy lashes. And I know I got some black down here, but I'm going to wait for it to dry because it should just pop off. Okay. And let's see what happens when I put this kimchi shade in the center. Can't really see much. I'm going to go to Old Faithful, Clan White. There we go. Oh, I don't know about these lashes. Okay, so let's try to knock off Okay. Okay. So let me know, how crazy are these lashes? Are they too big? Should I? My worry is I don't have enough glue to put on another set of eyelashes. Okay. Not going to think too much about it. Let's just go ahead and put on a wig. And I'm not certain this purple wig's going to work with this look. But yeah, my wigs have been a little flat since they went through the move. What's going on with this temple? There it is. Yeah, I think one side of this wig kind of got flat. And I'm not a wig person, so. I've been so tempted to buy a new wig. But look at all these wigs I have. Something doesn't feel right. Okay, the temples. Sorry guys, I know this is pretty boring to watch. Okay. Whew. Reach over. Put jewelry way over here. Oh dear, hold on. One eyelash is at a different angle. Yeah, I don't know. I may have to change this eyelash situation. But once they're on, they're kind of on. The other thing to do is to try to glue them. No, that would look terrible. Hold on a sec. Yep. I have some duo. Okay, I'm going to redo these eyebrows, or my eyelashes, because they're so heavy. Okay, I'm just going to get a pair of new eyelashes. How long have we been here? Okay, hour and 20 minutes, not too bad. So I have my, let's do the spiky ones. And I'm just going to trim them. Oops. Boy, this live stream has been a bit chaotic. I'm just going to trim these down just a little bit. This goes. Just so they don't poke me in the corners of my eye. I'm just cutting like two hunks off, which I could use on my lower lashes, but I've decided I just don't like doing low lashes. Now the problem with Duo is it just takes forever to dry. So I can't, unlike the Weave Bond, I can't really just use it right away. It actually takes a few minutes to dry down. Enough to get tacky enough to put on your eyes. Okie doke. While we wait for these to dry, let's catch up. Oh, hey, Jackie. Jackie's my sister. My eyes are gorgeous. Of course they are. Nonfiction. They look severe. Maybe I'm severe. Thank you. I don't think many non-Australians. Yeah, the only thing we know, Lynette, is that it was a prison colony. That's the only thing I remember ever hearing about it. Well, maybe something about like World War II. There's like some assistance, but not a whole lot of history. Random YouTube questions. If you upload a 5 GB video, it doesn't play well, apparently. That shouldn't be true. I don't think that's true. Because I've definitely loaded large videos that are probably bigger than 5 gigabits. Sometimes it does take time to convert it from standard definition to high definition. And the larger the videos, the longer it takes to do that. So when you like upload a video and then look at it and the quality's not great, wait for like an hour and then check it out again, because it may have resolved itself. Well, okay. The wig might make the lashes balance out. Well, I took the lashes off, so. Oh, well, it's too late now. I took them off. Oh my gosh. I'd get smaller lashes, I think, unless you have a wig that helps them. When you blink, the left eyelash looks asymmetrical. Oh, thank you, Ben. Loves purple wig. Yeah, I don't have a. I'm trying the Duo. Well, thank you. Yeah, don't panic about the videos. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, honestly, after this move, I'm still don't have everything where I want it, and I don't know where everything is, including some drag stuff. Okay, so it's tacky enough to put on now. Now, duo is what? Not really. Duo is what's used for by non-drag queens or people, normal people, to use for eyelashes. So they're made eye safe, unlike what I was doing. So I can actually put these closer to my eye line. But talking about wonky lashes, oh, I cringe at some of my videos that I've seen where I have one lash like this and one lash like that, or I have lipstick on my teeth. Speaking of which, I have lipstick on my teeth. Jackie Beat, one of my favorite drag queens, not a RuPaul girl, but she's about my age, maybe a couple years older, but she's always saying, putting on drag makeup is just walking a minefield because there's so many things that can go wrong. And she is right. Britta, fit to be read. All is fine as long as you know where your towel is. That's a Hitchhiker reference. I have yet to see Dominic Noble's video on Terry Pratchett because I know he's a huge Terry Pratchett fan, and he wouldn't even consider reviewing the what's that? The Guards. What's that BBC show they just put on? But I think he was devastated when Terry Pratchett died, and this is like his first video talking about that. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, these lashes are much smaller. Hopefully these are a little less severe, and they're definitely more comfortable. but I need to. I should have done this first. Yeah, if you're joining it for the first time, these videos usually aren't this chaotic. Shoot. Okay, how's that look? I'm not going to go crazy on these. I could just spend hours doing this, readjusting, taking them off, putting them on. It's definitely an art, and all of you are perfectionists. Honestly, the truth is we're just paranoid that we're going to look ridiculous. I mean, I suppose the goal is to look a little bit ridiculous. Oh yeah, The Watch. Thank you, Cappuccino. Hated The Hitchhiker. It wasn't my favorite movie. I actually liked it was much more low budget, but I actually liked the BBC version. Was it in the 70s or 80s? Probably, no, or was it the 90s? I forget. But the BBC miniseries of The Hitchhiker's Guide was like, what, 6 episodes long? Hated it too. I've yet to watch it. I still haven't read Guards. You don't need to see Guards to see The Watch. And I only watched like 3 episodes of The Watch, and I just got bored with it. Plan to watch The Watch. Beautiful. Thank you. They match. Thank you. Thank you, Britta. Oh, and I dropped my mouse again. Okay. Let's see that. Okay, so this is the final look. And I think today, the only thing I'm going to film are more unboxing videos. I filmed one last week. I haven't posted it. But I haven't really prepared for doing any videos today. And I need to rectify that next week. Like I said, I'm still in kind of a funk from reading or from moving. Oh, you can see my light. Oh, well. But yeah, so I'm just going to be unboxing books and to see what I have stored in my garage, which used to be stored in my attic, which I didn't realize I had until I until we moved. And then I was seeing all these boxes of books appear. It's like, oh, I thought I got rid of those ages ago. And I may do one with some comic books, but I know not everyone's into comic books. But if you are, I have a lot of Neil Gaiman comics, I'm pretty sure. Okay, thank you again. Oh, the 23rd. Yeah, this is actually, oh, I forget what you call these. But this is like a flapper-esque little shawl. So much fun. We will be here next week, Britta. Hope you return. And thank you, Cappuccino. Okay, everyone. I'm going to sign out, do a couple videos, and I will see you again next week. And don't forget, may all the books you read be blessed.